Well, hello again, students, and welcome to another lesson using the Autodesk Inventor 2018 Professional. In this lesson, I aim to show you how to create chess pieces. So without further ado, let's open the software. Magically, it appears, and you can see I showed you how to make the chessboard in a previous assignment. Now I'm going to close this window as I've shown you before. Click this little X. When you get this gray screen, start by creating new standard IPT and create. And I want you to remember that your squares are 2 by 2. So the maximum radius on let's say the king could be 1.75 maximum. So what I'm going to do is start off by creating like a little imaginary piece of cardboard, and I'm going to put a decal of my chess piece silhouette on there, and then I'm going to draw half of each of the pieces, and one by one create the pieces. So I'll show you how this goes. Start a sketch on the XY plane, and I'm going to create a rectangle. As I draw it out, I'm going to enter my dimensions, 8 tab 3. So my cardboard piece, imaginary cardboard piece, is 8 by 3, and there it is. And I'm actually going to hit escape on my keypad and then kind of move this. I figure it's better to kind of center around over the origin. Okay, and finish sketch. And then it's like 1/8 of an inch thick. You can just extrude. It's not critical what you make it, but I always try to imagine like a little piece of cardboard. Okay, now I'm going to start a 2D sketch and click image up here in the top row. There's the button image. And then I'm going to look in my downloads folder where I've already pre-captured a chess set silhouette. I think nope, nope. There it is. Chess pieces. Okay. And now don't click on a corner or on the edge of this piece of cardboard, but click over to the side, hit escape, and then you can grab the other corner and you want to like scale it so that your chess pieces fit, and move it using the cursor. Press, hold, and move your chess pieces so they fit nicely on top of this. And then you're going to use this process, finish sketch, and then there's a button up here called decal. Click, where you click. See, the button shows image. You click your image, and then the button changes to face. And of course, we want to click on the face of our cardboard. Click, and then OK. And now you can look off to the side. Here's your rotational cube. So you can see this is now a silhouette chess set all decaled onto this cardboard. Now I'm going to start a 2D sketch, and one of the most critically important parts of this is to make a perfect L. The bottom of your chess pieces has to be perfectly flat. So I'm just going to draw a line straight down the central axis and make sure it's perfectly vertical, straight up and down, and then make a perfect L. If you make a perfect L, then these chess pieces will be able to be mated to the top of your chess board, and you can actually play chess with your chessboard once you do it correctly. So remember, every piece has to be perfectly flat across the bottom. Hit escape and repeat using the arc tool and the line tool to draw, a nice, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you try to draw something similar to your silhouette. And again, you can be your own design too. You can change these designs a little bit to suit yourself. But as you can see, I'm not following the exact pattern, but just using it as a reference. I'm trying to just be my own little designer. But generally, I want this thing to look like a pawn. So I'm just using the arc tool a lot, plus interchanging with just square corners here and there. I'll show you an example. For instance, I'll click here and here and create a nice arc, but then I'll go to the line tool and go up, click, and then hit escape. I keep hitting escape. Always have your finger by the escape key to switch tools. You hit escape and then change tools. Now I'm back to the arc tool and I click here and here. And that's my first profile. Now I'm going to make a separate model. And what I'll do is, well, first of all, hit escape. Then I'm going to use the marquee select. And as I've copied all of those blue segments, and then use on your keyboard Control and C at the same time to copy. Control C, that's done. So now I'm going to create a new file and paste what I just copied into a new file so that I can make my pawn. So I click File, New, Standard IPT, click, Create, and then start a 2D sketch on the XY plane, and then select on your keyboard Control V and zoom out and find it. And now I want to move it. I'd like it around the origin. It doesn't have to be exact. It could be made here, but I'm just going to move it. This is a move tool here. Click Move. And you can see where it's asking me to select and then change the button to base point and click a corner and then drag it up maybe to the origin. Click and then done. Now I've moved it successfully to the XY axis. Now I finish sketch and then I use the revolve tool. And initially, if you've done it correctly, you'll see a blue profile. And then the button will already be set to axis and you just select the axis and then there's your piece. Now, the next step is to colorize it. Let's say you're using black and white like I am. Remember, you can use any colors you choose. I'm going with black and white for now. And then I just select this default window here and I look for, I think it was glossy black. Okay. And at that point, I can save it. File, Save As. And now remember, you want to name these in the way I'm naming them. Call it Pawn Black. Pawn Black. You can make a whole set of colors, but this case, Pawn Black. And then that was successfully. Now return to this window where you selected the Pawn Black, and you're going to go select your second color. I go to the glossy white. I believe it's white, smooth white, that is, smooth white. Boop. And then go back to this return to file, save as, pawn white. So far, so good. Now you can close this. Okay, now you go to the second piece. Interestingly, I'm going to leave the knight for last. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is try to Control Z, try this, move, copy. So select, grab the base point, click, drag it over here, and try to create a similar base to the pawn. You can also delete, select, delete, select, delete. Okay, and possibly drag this up a little higher. You can move this over by grabbing, moving. So I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to return to my arc tool and work around. Again, you don't necessarily have to follow the silhouette exactly. You just could use it as a reference. I'd like you to be your own designer if you want. You can see how I'm adjusting this. And then up here. Now don't jump the gun. I want to show you something regarding this. So you have to be thinking in terms of what would this castle look like if you were just looking at the silhouette of it, just the cut, it would be like this. And now I'm going to use a trim tool to trim off this axis. Okay, there I've done the profile of my second piece, and I'm going to show you the technique one more time before I end this video. What I'm going to do is, oops, Control Z, I was in the wrong tool. Select with a marquee, use Control C to copy it, go File, New, Standard IPT, Create, start a 2D sketch on the XY plane, Control V. If I want to move it, remember, go to Move. It's already asking me to select. Then select the base point, grab a base point, and move it up to, say, the origin, and then done. And now, use your middle mouse wheel to center, finish sketch, revolve. It's already asking me to select the axis, so I do so, and okay. But wait, there's more. What I've done here, as you see, is created the top portion of this castle, but now I'm going to cut the grooves in the top. So I am going to look at it from top view, start a 2D sketch, click on this ring, and I'm going to put little rectangles here and here, finish sketch, and then I'm going to use extrude and highlight both areas, change it to maybe 0.1, so that looks, and down, and cut down. You can decide if you want it deeper by pulling it. I think it's okay. Well, you can always go to this browser if you want to make a change. You can edit it in this browser. So I want to edit the extrusion. I can click here, boom, boom. And then I'm going to try to grab this arrow again, pull on it down. I think that's about, maybe it's 0.19. 19. Hey, okay. I like that. Now, what I want to do, the last steps are to change the colors. Go back to the glossy black, and then File, Save As, Castle Black, save, and then back to the materials list. I'm looking for smooth white again, and then go up here, File, Save As. See my pattern, Castle White, save. And just to show you, I've been saving each and every model in one folder. The way to do it, you're supposed to be saving to this PC, then find your name, double click your name, double click Documents, and double click the folder that you should have created, chess set, boom, boom. And here's all your models. I got Castle Black, Castle White, Pawn Black, Pawn White, Square Black, Square White, Chessboard Row, the official chessboard model, and a chessboard image. So far, all stored in my project folder. One final step, I want you to save this model as chess piece template. So you have to select the File, Save As, call it chess pieces template, and then save. With that said, when you get 2 pieces done, you can mark this assignment as done. Good luck.